Hi, welcome to Gradehive AI. I'm Neil, and in this short tutorial, I'll show you how you can use Gradehive AI to grade STEM assignments. So for best experience, please use desktop. So when you first sign in, you will see a page like this and you can click create an assignment, and then you will be seeing a form like this. So let me give it a title, cell biology. Now with Gradehive AI, you can directly create an assignment using a prompt or by uploading your course document or an assignment sheet. So let me show you how it can be done. So let's say the more specific your prompt is, the better your questions would be. So so for this demonstrations, let me use this prompt. So once you have written, you can click create. All right. These are the questions that are generated by the AI. So the AI, Gradehive AI has come up with a question, describe the main function of mitochondria. It also gives you a reference solution, and it also gives you a rubric. Uh, you can always choose to accept it and edit it in the form editor, and which I'll show you in a second. So once you take a look at these questions, if you're satisfied with the questions, you can click accept, and these questions will now being shown in your form. So for the first question, describe the main function of mitochondria and explain its importance for the cell. This question is shown here now. You also have a reference solution. Now, for an assignment, a reference solution is an optional field, but it's always a good idea to have it because it can make the AI grading more consistent and accurate. Uh, then the rubric. So this is the rubric that was also generated by AI. So Gradehive AI supports two types of rubric, a detailed and a quick rubric. In the detailed rubric, you have one main criteria and then you have several sub criteria levels. So for example, in this case, the main criteria identification of mitochondria function, explanation of importance, um, and each of the criteria has a detailed descriptions on these sub criteria levels. Think of it more as an excellent, which would be the top criteria. The second would be like a good explanation, or which the second sub criteria, and the final would be meets expectations or poor, uh, as shown in by the sub criteria. Uh, Typically, you can also add this criteria manually. Another way to add a rubric would be using this quick option. Especially, this is a good idea if you are doing an assessment of a coding type assignment or assessments which are more objective in nature. For example, maths. Um, and the way it works is once you define each of these criteria, the AI will automatically check whether this criteria is fully met, for which it will assign full points, partially met, for which it will assign half of maximum points, or well, not met at all, for which it will assign 0 point. So for this example, let's continue with the detailed criteria. Um, Similarly, for the second question as well, the AI has given us a detailed rubric, and you can always feel free to modify them if you win. You can change the points, and you can add your more sub criteria or criteria using one of these options. And once you are done, you can click publish, and this means that your assessment is now live and you can start grading the student submissions. Now there are two ways you can grade the student submissions. You can directly upload the submissions by clicking this link here. So I'll show you how this works, and it takes a few seconds. All right, this submission has been graded, as you can see. So this submission was graded by directly uploading the file on this dashboard. As I said, you can also share a link to this assignment with your students, and this is what they would see, just like a Google form, where they would see each question and they can upload their submission to each of this question. All right. Uh, since I have already uploaded the submission using the upload submissions option here, we can take a look what has happened in this submission. The student, as you can see, has received a score of 0 out of 33. We can take a look, and on the left, which you see are the student submitted answers, and on the right is how the AI evaluated these answers. In this case, all the answers are wrong, you can see that for this criteria identification of mitochondria function, the AI chose the last sub-criteria level. It does not identify the main function uh, for mitochondria. If you click it, AI will also highlight these sentences in the student submission, which it used to assess the submission. And it will also give you specific comments on why this answer deserve this sub-criteria level in the rubric. Similarly, for the other questions, it takes the exactly, it does it a similar way. For explanation of importance, it again chooses the last sub criteria. It gives you the comments and it also highlights the sentences. And similarly, if you take a look at the second question, that's it. Once you now you have complete control on how you would like to give the final points. You can choose a different sub criteria if you think that the student submission deserve the other sub criteria. You can add your own comments here, for example. Uh, and then you can always change the points if you want. You have complete control in accepting or overriding AI suggestions. And finally, you also have a plagiarism score. As you can see, I actually generated the answers to this question using AI, and you can see it has a high plagiarism score. And high plagiarism score means the AI was likely used to generate these submissions. And you can click this high sentences in the student submission that was most likely generated by AI. That's it. Once that is how this page helps you review the student submission. Uh, if you once you are done with the points, once you have finalized your comments, you can always click finalize, and this grades will be uploaded in the main dashboard. All right, that's it. Thank you. Thanks for watching.